Yeah. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Only One KDB, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, we got a popular YouTuber accused of kidnapping 2 women. Now, this YouTuber goes by the name of Corey Pritchett. I believe that's his last name, Pritchett or some shit like that. He's getting accused of kidnapping 2 women. Corey, you out here kidnapping folks? Man, this shit is crazy. I heard about this, but I didn't look too deep into the story. But, yeah, man, this is a crazy story, man. I heard Corey talking about something, it was false. I think he was on Facebook or something like that. He said it wasn't true or some shit, or Twitter, or one of the two, Facebook or Twitter. But we about to get to the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that post notification bell. And yeah, let's get to the video, man.
A popular YouTuber once known for his family vlogging.
Look, come on, Daddy. Come on. Can't get over here.
I used to watch him too.
My car went
Bro look like, he look like the little kid off of Burning Man.
Kidnapping 2 women. But the story doesn't end there. Authorities say the Texas-based content creator fled the United States by booking a one-way ticket and hopping on a nearly 20-hour flight all the way to the Middle East.
Oh, so yeah, that
how did
nigga
a man
guilty.
with millions of social media followers end up charged with aggravated kidnapping? Well, it all began on November 22nd. That's when a woman exchanged numbers with 26-year-old Corey Pritchett Jr. The woman told authorities the following day she and another woman met up with Pritchett. They did some pretty harmless activities like working out, ATV riding, then bowling. But it was at the bowling alley where things took an intense turn. While there, the 2 women felt like something was off when Pritchett and his 2 friends started acting strange. The women told police they were repeatedly looking around, seemed on edge, and were acting suspicious. The unnamed women told police they learned Pritchett and his friends were having issues with another group that was there at the bowling alley. So they reportedly told Pritchett if he continued acting that way, he should just leave with his friends. Pritchett in turn stepped out with his friends, but never returned, leaving the women behind. After some time, the women texted him because they left their stuff in his car. So he asked them to meet at the H-E-B grocery store parking lot to get their stuff back. When the 2 women showed up, he switched gears and offered to drive them home, and they said yes. But according to the women, Pritchett flipped the script once again. During that drive, he reportedly began acting erratically and skipped what was supposed to be the route to drop them off. The women say Pritchett claimed someone was after him and started making phone calls. Then Pritchett began driving at high speeds, going past 100 miles per hour.
Corey, are you on drugs? This nigga talking about somebody is after me, man. Corey fucked up he gone off the rails. You good, fam? This is ridiculous. Man, Corey, you need to be put in jail if this the case. Yeah, jail time for Corey Pritchett. If you out here kidnapping folks, that ain't right, bruh. This is some sick shit, but let's continue. My bad for pausing it. I ain't gonna pause it for too much.
Then Pritchett began driving at high speeds, going past 100 miles per hour. The women claim he pulled out a gold-colored handgun and started waving it around the sunroof while still driving erratically fast, then began firing off rounds out of the car window.
This sounds like some movie shit.
Reportedly told Pritchett to take her back to her apartment and try to calm him down by asking him to pray with them. But he still continued driving crazy fast down the I-10 highway. Pritchett then made a video call to a woman reportedly saved in his phone under future wife. He asked the woman on the call, if I had the perfect opportunity and was in the middle of nowhere where no one could hear them scream, should I just go ahead and do it? And the woman on the line reportedly responded, yes. For the women in Pritchett's car, though, they were seemingly in fear of their lives. The women told police that Pritchett told them, I'm gonna F y'all and then kill y'all. By this point, the women said they were texting one another during all of this. But authorities say Pritchett then started pointing the gun at them and took their phones away so they couldn't communicate with each other. According to police, Pritchett then pulled off the highway onto the shoulder of I-10 near Sealy, Texas. Seemingly with a change of heart, he told the women to get out of his car, telling them this is your only opportunity. One of the women said she tried to get her phone back but wasn't able to. Then Pritchett drove off, leaving them stranded on the side of the road at night. The women told police they spent more than an hour along the side of the highway before they were able to flag down a driver who called 911. But clues pieced together by investigators would help corroborate their story. One of the women had the Life 360 app on her phone, and screenshots, which included timestamps and the route they took, supported the victim's story of what happened. Pritchett was ID'd through his driver's license and social media pages, but when investigators reached out to him, his phone was no longer in service. Instead, they found out through TikTok that he was planning to move to Dubai.
Damn.
I moved to Dubai. But people just want
that nigga guilty. Guilty. Why you moving for? If you ain't guilty, ain't nothing wrong with you. Why you just up and moving like that? That just shows that you guilty, man. You got a guilty conscience. You know, you about to go to jail, Corey, whether you like it or not. And you out here kidnapping folks. This shit is crazy. This sounded like some straight shit out of a movie. Like, I ain't never heard no shit like this before. Only in action movies. But let's continue.
Feel so good out here. My kids, listen. So I'm having more kids, right? With my future wife, for sure. And Aiden, my kids are gonna be homeschooled, bro. It's getting real wicked in the United States. A lot of y'all not paying attention because a lot of y'all sleep, and the news outlets are not speaking on a lot of that's going on.
This nigga woke. That's the problem.
It's real over there. Y'all might think I'm lying. Y'all might think I'm just talking. Y'all seen other people probably saying it, but you know people don't believe until the shit hit the fan.
Corey, you need to step outside, man. Stop watching these YouTube conspiracy theory videos. You be out there looking at the sun and shit. That's your problem, bro. You know what I'm saying? You think you woke and shit. That's why you keep imagining all this crazy shit in your head. You about to crash out, man. The United States got you that fucked up to where though you drinking some contaminated water. It's something going on with you, bro. You know, you fucked up in the head for real. You woke. That's the problem. I was wondering, like, why he just crashed out like this? He woke. That's why. He kidnapping folks. Them woke motherfuckers. They. I don't trust no woke motherfucker. They bound to do anything to you. You know what I'm saying? And they mind the world about to end. So they'll take you out. They'll do anything to you, bro. Let's continue, bro.
Like I noticed about most people in the United States, they want to party, ha ha ha, live life, ha ha ha, until it hit the fan. When it hit the fan, and everybody, oh, they want to scatter. Nah.
But according to the FBI, they confirmed Pritchett bought a one-way ticket to Qatar on December 9th. A little more than 2 weeks later after buying that one-way plane ticket, Pritchett was officially charged on December 26th with 1 count of aggravated kidnapping.
I want to give a huge thanks to you, our viewers, and our amazing sponsors like Upside. Upside is a super cool and free app that gets you cash back on daily
I'm gonna be honest.
essentials like gas, groceries, and restaurants. Follow this, check, and get
Despite being charged with
news for an extra 25 cents back on your first gallon of gas.
But despite being charged with aggravated kidnapping, Pritchett still continues to post on social media. On January 4th, he posted an article from Houston news station KPRC, along with the caption, "Letter to the internet, it's finna be a ball. Let the show begin, hashtag Houston, Texas. Let me show you how to take monsters down the hashtag smooth way. You see it says accused, right? Don't worry, LOL. I'm finna give you the details on here and in the court of law. They gonna regret effing with me like I'm just some goofy or some. Oh, and I got the best lawyer in Houston." A day later, he posted a video with the victims as they were ATV riding. That video was captioned tagging Houston PD as he wrote in part, "We have a case here of popular YouTuber Corey SSG kidnapping 2 white girls, and he's currently on the run in Dubai, I think. IDK, but yeah, the FBI should be after him." A pretty wild case that is now ranging across 2 completely different countries that are thousands of miles away from one another. So let's bring on retired FBI agent Colin Schmidt to get his thoughts on this. Colin, thank you so much for joining me today. You know, what is your reaction to this case from Pritchett's alleged arrest?
Oh, it was 2 white girls? Corey, you might be in trouble. I'm not bullshitting. Even if it's not true. I don't know if it's true or not because I wasn't there. Me personally, I always say this in all these cases and all these certain situations and these crazy crazy charges and shit like that. I wasn't there, so I'm not about to say, oh, he did this or he did that. I wasn't there, so I don't know what the man did. But man, you might be in trouble with them 2 white girls. I'm not bullshitting. They about to, yeah, it's over with.
Behavior to trapping these 2 women allegedly in his car,
Y'all know how they
stranded
do.
on the side of the road, then later fleeing off to Qatar.
Well, I think the first thing for investigators is kind of look at the totality of the circumstances and look at the big picture, as well as look at credibility of who the complainants are, as well as what's really going on here between these 2 people. And that's based upon the recent instances of YouTubers or bloggers or social media influencers faking their own kidnappings. So to prevent a waste of resources, they have to just take a step back and kind of look at the big picture. And then, of course, if there is some merit to this, then they're going to have to kind of dig in and find out exactly what really went on between these 2.
And investigators also say that, GPS data from Life 360, which was an app that was on one of the women's phones, that helped corroborate their story. Talk to me about how investigators use that type of data to kind of piece together, or at least verify these types of allegations.
Holy shit, Corey.
Well, in this case, the victim made it easy for law enforcement to track her because they did have the Life 360 app on there. I'm familiar with the app. It's fantastic. And I have used it with my kids as well. So if that wasn't on there, the first step with all these cases, and even if it's a bank robbery or a fraud case, is going to be the phones, and to look in to see if there's any GPS data, tracking data in that phone to find out and to corroborate what the victim is saying that the assailant did.
Yeah, and it's also, unclear right now, but from what we do know now, do you think the erratic behavior on Pritchett's behalf might have been someone actually after him, as he had told these women allegedly? Or do you think there's another reason, possibly like drugs, that kind of made him act erratically during this whole incident?
I'm going to tell you what made him act a fool. The man is woke, bruh. That's why he talking about somebody after me. He talking about the government. He ain't talking about no human being after him. Because if that's the case, why you running like that? And why you trying to take somebody out? Why you running? That don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be talking about the government. Talking about somebody is after me. Man, Corey done drunk some contaminated water. I'm trying to tell y'all what happened. I'm being serious with y'all. He drunk some fucked up water and it's fucking with his head. I don't know if you were drinking water from out the faucet or what, but I'm telling you, bro, like, this shit is insane. He out here kidnapping people and shit, waving a gun in traffic. Man, Corey done lost his damn mind. He acting like Jason Statham from off of Crank. Y'all remember how Jason Statham was acting on Crank?
Available, be speculating on why he was acting so erratic. So when somebody's acting erratic, there's a catalyst or some sort of antecedent that make them do that. So either it's something internal or external, and that's one thing that's going to come out, so to speak, in the wash as the investigators do their investigation and start talking to people and find out why he was behaving in such an odd manner. And then the fact that he fled to Qatar, which is kind of an unusual country to go to, because of it, I doubt he speaks Arabic. Does he have some sort of connection to that country?
Yeah, and I was also, going to ask you what your thoughts are on him fleeing to Qatar. What all goes into extraditing a kidnapping suspect? And in your opinion, how long do you think it'll take before he's actually back in the United States?
Well, first thing is, if we have extradition with Qatar, I'm not aware whether we do or don't for that particular crime, because extradition is crime specific. Some crimes are extraditable, some aren't. And then the extradition process is generally very long and takes at least a year to 2 years. Generally, what the authorities do is they just have the country expel or deport the person that's there. It's a much faster process. Unless the person has some sort of citizenship with that country. And I doubt this gentleman has any citizenship with Qatar.
And do you think that trip was planned this whole time, or do you think he kind of did it as an escape to escape those now criminal charges that he's facing? Because I can't imagine, leaving your children behind to go start a new life in a completely different country and just, leave them behind in Texas.
Yeah, he trying to get up out of there.
Well, if he was going to Mexico, I would say there wasn't a lot of thought put into it, because obviously it's just right over the border. But to take an international flight, you have to fly through an international hub, whether it be Houston or Los Angeles or New York, and then make a couple of connections to get to Qatar. So, and then, of course, the flight itself is pretty expensive, and then there is going to be some scrutiny on him on when he lands through the authorities there in Qatar. So there had to be some sort of planning to go into it, because, like I said, he's just not driving his car over the border going down to Mexicali. He's going to a foreign country, and it's approximately an 18-hour flight.
Corey, that we heard everything we needed to hear. Corey, ever since Big Boogie, ain't that's his name, the rapper Big Boogie? Ever since he been fucking with your baby mom, you been off the rails. You been losing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she need to come back into your life. Y'all need to get back together or what? Carmen, if you listening. Man, text this nigga Corey and see if he alright. The nigga losing his mind right now. I heard he got arrested yesterday. I seen something like on the shade room or something. He got arrested yesterday. the man throwed off. You know what I'm saying? He done had some of that faucet water, and it's fucking with his mind, bro. I don't know what's wrong with the man. But do y'all believe this or what? Because I don't know what happened. This is all speculations, and I don't know. But we about to get out of here, man. If you enjoyed that reaction video, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out of here. If you really did do this, Corey, man, this is fucked up, and you should be thrown under the jail if this shit is true. But we out of here, ladies and gentlemen.